being, and you got to take the fight to him. You got to mock him. You got to mock his group of idiots that he surrounds himself with. That's exactly what California Governor Gavin Newsom is doing. California Governor Gavin Newsom is bullying the crap out of Donald Trump. He's putting Donald Trump in his place. So let me show you, for example, what California Governor Gavin Newsom's been doing. It's been rapid response, but not just response. It's been So, since you're eager to talk about me, how about you say it to my face?
Well, Mr. Newsom, you remind me of a guy I know. You see, Mr. Newsom, you remind me of a guy that I know right here. See this guy right here? I worked for this man for 15 hard years, delivering that beer. This sumbitch made me walk through human shit. I ain't kidding about that. I had to go deliver beer through basements all the time. I asked, could you please, sir, could you please fix that sewage? He laughed at me. The man also wouldn't let me take any lunch breaks, and he smiled in my face while I did it. I didn't appreciate that shit. I didn't appreciate it very much at all. And for the last 10 years of my life, working there, great reviews, and no damn raises for 10 years. Come on, people. Come on, people. But you know what? Look in their eyes, because he looks just like Gavin Newsom. He sure does.
President, we read that you're coming to California, which is important. It's been months now since some of the most devastating wildfires in U.S. history occurred. Tens of thousands of lives completely torn asunder. I hope you have an opportunity to spend some quality time with some of the victims, the families, the Palisades, and also spend some time in Altadena, which is incredibly important. It's also important as well, and I honestly mean this, that you sit down with the President of the United States, who just a couple days ago suggested that these American citizens may not get the support that other citizens get all across this country in terms of disaster relief. I hope we get that back on track. We're counting on you, Mr. Vice President.
Well, I'll be damned. How the hell is this man going to sit back and threaten us and tell us that we need to come over here and have a conversation with him? Aren't you the one that left the damn thing at the top of the mountain dry? Wait a minute. You could have had the water, let it come on down, but no, we let that stuff dry up at the top of the mountains. You know you did us wrong on that. And you're over here making videos, Mr. Newsom. You're making videos telling the president, come and arrest me. Come and arrest me. Like you're Billy Bad Butt or something. You know what? You over here got your back turned and you got a bunch of people out in your streets riding, tearing up your city, riding in the city. How many hundreds of thousands of dollars is that gonna cost you, Mr. Governor? Because we know what you're doing. We see that you're plotting for 2028. We see what's going on here. But don't try to pull the wool over our eyes. But I guess we'll just sit here and play stupid. Hey, hold on. And you know what? Another damn thing here, too. You're over here talking all this milly-mally bullcrap, and we got people over here in Iran sending missiles, sending all kinds of missiles all over here. We got a war that's just ready to kick off right now. We got China sitting here, just sitting in the backwaters. They already bought that balloon. They brought the balloon up there that they set up here, and they surveyed us, and we sat there like a bunch of dumb ducks. Come on now. You want to come in here and worry about what's going on and tell the president and vice president to step up now? How dare you, Mr. Newsom? How dare you, son?
He is the GINSA Director of Foreign Policy. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us and discuss all of this today.
Thank you so much for having me back. It's my pleasure.
Of course. And first off, I did want to ask you kind of overall here, as we talk about this 2-week deadline that is approaching here from President Trump for what to do about Iran. What is at stake for the U.S. if the U.S. is to strike Iran in any way?
Thank you so much for having me back. It's my pleasure.
Of course. And first off, I did want to ask you kind of overall here, as we talk about this 2-week deadline that is approaching here from President Trump for what to do about Iran. What is at stake for the U.S. if the U.S. is to strike Iran in any way?
So obviously that's the fundamental question, and I'll answer it in two very quick parts. Most immediately, as everyone's tracking, is the Fordow nuclear facility. It's Iran's deepest built facility, hosts their most sensitive enrichment, and frankly, it's the last one left standing, given that Israel lacks the munitions to reliably neutralize it. And that is what President Trump has been weighing first and foremost, is the U.S. potential involvement to drop the massive ordnance penetrator bunker busters, which use those B-2s that we just saw the tweet about in your clip. So that's really sort of the hinge point that's currently being discussed for U.S. involvement. But more broadly at stake here for the United States is more than 2 decades of America's official red line across Democrat and Republican presidents alike, that Iran will not be permitted to develop a nuclear weapon, and that the United States will do whatever it takes, including using military force, to prevent that outcome. And right now, Iran has been signaling that they are nowhere near giving in to U.S. demands on that. And then just secondly, what also at stake here is the potential for Iran to launch a wider war, and this goes beyond just Iran and Israel.
Oh, hell to the nah. And now we got 2 B-2 stealth bombers heading toward Guam? Y'all must be out of your damn minds.
Bass, she is speaking now from her offices. Let's listen to what she has to say.
Lies and utter nonsense in an attempt to provoke division and conflict in our city. This is consistent with the provocation from Washington that began 2 weeks ago, when our city was calm and millions of Angelenos were going about working and contributing to our city. The provocation has resulted in lives disrupted, terror and fear spread throughout our city. I spent the day today meeting with businesses. We met on Sunday. We're suffering and describing this situation as worse than COVID. Just think for a minute how profound that is. Workers who are too afraid to come into work, and customers who feel they can't go outside their house.
Now wait a doggone second here, lady. Y'all done made a huge mistake. You were the one that was talking with that fire chief. You told her to hold back on things there too, and now you turned around and fired the lady. Am I wrong about that? You turned around and let the lady go, and you still got a job?
Their children who spent Father's Day wondering why their fathers did not come home. And I just want you to know that that's a trauma to a child that child will always carry with them. Unfortunately, the Vice President did not take time to learn about our city and understand that our city is a city of immigrants from every country and continent on the planet. But then again, he did need to justify the hundreds of millions of wasted taxpayers' dollars that were wasted in the performance of a stunt and an experiment in this city.
Hold up. Wait a minute here. Let's pump the brakes and back this bus up. And now, is this the same lady that has taken multiple trips out of the country? Was she not out of our country when we had that fire? She was out of the country. What a hypocritical son of a gun.
He accused state leaders and myself as mayor of this city of encouraging violence, of sicking mobs on ICE officers.
In downtown LA in violation of the
was captured on camera. New video shows the scene at 5th and Hill around 7:30 tonight when a protester was run over by the driver in this red Toyota.
They hit someone, they ran over her leg.
Closely, people. I've been trying to critical son of a gun. People, I've been trying to tell you guys about this for months now. Take a look at this and tell me if you're not worried.
if we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look.
Several other people in the country, even among the Jews, the Zionists particularly, who were against anything that was to be done if they couldn't have the whole of Palestine and everything handed to them on a silver plate so they wouldn't have to do anything. It couldn't be done. We had to take it in small doses. You can't move 5 or 6 million people out of a country and fill it up with 5 or 6 million more and expect both sets of them to be pleased. We had all sorts of objections to everything that was done. Something had to be done. We went ahead and done it and had it done, and now it's working out. Eventually, I think we'll have them all satisfied, but it's going to take a great deal of time yet to get the job done.
Could you tell us that hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David, they add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. Each one of those markers is a monument to the kind of hero I spoke of earlier. Their lives ended in places called Belleau Wood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. Under one such marker lies a young man, Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barber shop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. America must win this war. Therefore, I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone.
And if more of us thought like that, my friends, the world would be a much better place. Like, click, and subscribe. God bless.
Those ears before you end up in tears. Keep the peace from New York to Indiana. For Dubs in the house, give your boy some, yeah, big.